Oh, hey guys, how you doing? So we're in front of the Bricks and Sticks. It's a brick oven pizza place here in Searsport. And I was about to go order this pizza and show it to you because out on the street, a little bit farther down on the main road, there's a giant sign that says pizza, pizza. And then you know what? I drove over here. These bastards don't have pizza. They have a staff shortage, so no pizza. So why are we even open? Instead, you're baiting me. I hate it when people bait me. And I know I should be nicer about it, but in all seriousness, it is kind of frustrating. But check out this view. Look where we are. I believe this is called Searsport Harbour. And last time I was here, it was covered in fog. Now, clearly the tide's low right now, but still, you get an idea. It's very, 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 very pretty. So check out this. Isn't this cool? And now, if you're lucky enough to be down here, I don't even know if this is public, but figured this is what Maine looks like at the end of September. Like, this is the heart of coastal Maine. And here's what some of your little vistas, your houses look like. So it's pretty cool. I'll take you out on the wharf real quick, and then we're gonna have to figure out something about food, because honestly, I was really hoping for this pizza. I drove an hour and 30 minutes for pizza. So is life, right? So before the automobile, steamships from Boston would actually come up here, and this would be one of the stops, and people would they would get on off and I guess go to their homes, whatever they may be. I wanted to go farther out, but there's some guy was like running down, raving, yelling some choice vocabulary words, and I was like, I'm not going to deal with that today. So you'll just have to look at it from here. So, Searsport Harbour. Let's move on. Maybe we'll find something else on this little adventure. Maybe. Maybe not. So we're rolling out now. I wasn't a rant about that. It's a cash-only place as well. I really love the ingenious, not practical 2023. But look, see the giant pizza sign right there? Barbecue seafood. Yeah, so just rip off the pizza part. So we're passing Mermaid Plaza right here. Let me show you this little quintessential Maine town. Maybe you'll get a few ideas, little sights. They have Dino's Pizza. I guess I could go there, but we'll go straight. I have no idea what's in this area. I mean, I just know that if you stay on this road, eventually it takes you to Bucksport, and then you cut up some other spots. There's some weird guy on the street right there. Don't know if you saw him. I will say these towns, these areas are not like walker friendly. So it's sort of like you have to have a car. Still getting used to that. You'd think I would get used to it after all these years of being in the area, but have not. Now, if you are ever up here, just some words of advice. Come up this time of year, unless you want to, on the weekends. This is like bumper to bumper with all the tourists. Oh my God, look at the bears. But it lets you kind of explore a little bit more without, at least in my case, being stressed. Oh, these people have this crazy noodle guy on their yard. All right, now we got through the construction, and now we're heading towards wherever we're heading. What's the over-under we go to McDonald's? Anyone? Anyone? Look at this house. That's beautiful. You get this contrast of homes in this area too. It's like sometimes you get like these little shacks, And then at other times you get these like glorious estates, and you're like, holy shnikes. These people clearly have the market on trash. Literally, it's the trash barn. When you're venturing down Route 1, we're going towards Bucksport right now because I figured why not. I stopped off because there's this cool little, we won't be able to get in the church. I know it's already closed. The Sandy Point Congregational Church right there, but it's very pretty, and I love the traditional look of it. But more importantly, right across the street, so you got the church built in 1839, okay? Then you come right here, and then there's this beautiful small cemetery. Obviously, it was a community cemetery, but it looks right out onto the water. And I don't know. I thought it was worth a stop. So now we're at the cemetery. And as we're going to walk down, it's kind of... I mentioned a few videos ago, like, what was it like if you ever saw your name in the cemetery? Now, William French, this William French died in 1856. Well, I used to work with a William French. So it's kind of funny. I'm like, that's not you. But look at this. It's just very quaint. It's a nice old cemetery. I like it. And right next here is the American Legion Hall. That's where I parked. I think in like a lot of books and movies specifically, you know, you hear the stories, like usually they have it where you have the service and then they film it where the cemetery is right across the street. So makes it more user-friendly and convenient. I just like, there's a lot of Frenches here. Tons of Frenches. Now this is interesting over here. Actually, there's two cool things I want to check out. I know, we spent like a minute at the harbor and now we're here. So this is from Martha, wife of Captain Albert Partridge. And Martha died in 1914, and Captain Albert Partridge died in 1901. But look at this. Look at the stone. And Valparaiso, Boston. Huh. That is really, really cool. Next grave, well, actually there's two of them that have caught my eyes. So I wanted to walk over here and take a look. But one, look at this tombstone. I don't know if it's intentional or not, how it's set up, but it looks like it's burned. From a distance, it looked almost like a forest in the background. It's cool. And then this is what, again, brought my attention. This is Harry and Clarice Weston. But I love the fact that they have this, this spot. It's pretty. I was hoping there'd be a cute fox or like some sort of animal down here for us to pet, but there's nothing. Very sad. So, just walking a little bit farther down here. I'm trying to see if they have like a path that goes down towards the water, but it does. It just goes in levels and levels. And this this spot right here is like a little park. Huh. Last thing, then we'll go up. So this is the Brooks family. It's really cool. No one's obviously weeded here in quite some time, but the parents right here, May and Bill, and then the daughter, Crystalline. All right, let's go see what other things we can discover. So right here, as I'm pulling out this this vehicle, these people got out to go into the cemetery, and what they did is the wife and sister, will say, got out to go directly there, and the old man got out with it, grabbed his dog and snuck around the corner. It actually frustrates me when people have their dogs at the cemeteries. That's not what they're for, but maybe that's just me. But since I literally walked over two stones that had some fecal matter next to it, yeah, good times. All right, now we are approaching, as I say, the scary part of the drive. I was going to go to the scenic turnout to show you, but the scenic turnout, of course, is closed. So here's this bridge up here. You can actually take you can go up to the observatory and look out. It's just too high for me. It freaks me out. But here's the observatory. I mean, sorry, here's the bridge. So this is the Penobscot Narrows Observatory and Fort Knox State Historic Park. We will not be pulling off, but I will be driving through so you can take a look for yourself. And thankfully it goes slower because I can't really film very easily with this. And even right now I'm like going slow. Okay, oh good, I got a light. Perfect. It'll just build up the anticipation of my being frightened. Here we go. Wow, I just saw like a green Tesla. Like a dark army green Tesla. Oh my god. Even when I'm not filming, this stresses me out. But here, look at your view. You can see it. Don't know if you can. I gotta put my hands forward. And this truck behind me doesn't realize it's a 25, so the old timer's like, oh, we need to get across the bridge faster. Holy crap. To the left is Bucksport. That's where we're trying to get down to. And this is Verona Island, land of Romeo and Juliet. Or maybe not. So we found a place to eat, actually right across from the bridge. It's really cute. It was kind of funny driving in though, because I'm driving through the part of Bucksport. I actually did go towards McDonald's, but it was packed. So I turned around, went into a Chinese restaurant to their parking lot, and then said, no, let's be on the water. And while I'm sitting on the inside right now, I'll show you in a bit. Out here, when we're done eating, I'll show you the bridge, the backside, and the fort, which is really, really cool, actually. One more thing, though, which is totally quintessential, like Americana here. We had, on the street corner, once you cross the bridge and you're coming into town, I guess that's where everyone decides to do their signage. So we had some people out there with the LGBTQ plus flag. We had a Black Lives Matter flag. We had a Trump flag next to that. It was like everything that you would want in America. Boom, right there. Okay, so I got my liver, my cottage cheese, my applesauce, and some tea. Bon appetit. So we just finished up at Warren's. Not to be confused with Warren's down in Kittery, Maine, but Warren's here in Bucksport. And I have not had liver and onions in quite some time, and I have to tell you this, it was a wise decision. It was good. So now we're back to the harbor right here. I know, it's so amazing, isn't it? Actually, when I show it to you, it's, Bucksport's not a very big town. Let's call it a village. I mean, that's really what this is. But what I like about it, and this is what I was alluding to from before. So there's the bridge, the scary, I was going to use different vocabulary, but the scary bridge. And if we veered to the left instead, the fort is right there. Did you guys see that mosquito trying to attack me? So the seagull's trying to tell you about Fort Knox right there. I wish I had some history lesson to tell you. I don't remember. I don't know the story of this, but you might be able to make out. You can see like the actual top part, the entrance to the fort, and then if you go down off of those hills at the bottom, you can see where there was a side route as well to get out. The view right here, I have learned that in 1763, Jonathan Bucks is the one who settled this area. Jonathan Buck, and his community was burned down during the Revolutionary War, and then it was rebuilt. So that would tie in with my Castine information. And but in the 1800s, this was like a center for international trade. You wouldn't know it. I don't believe this park was here. It's pretty though. And when I say pretty, I mean it's pretty quiet. So for me, that's a good thing. With Fort Knox in the background over there, I really wish I had read this before I told you about Fort Knox, but construction of this fort started in 1844, and it was halted after 25 years and $1 million spent. And it never saw any military action, which should not become as a surprise to any of us, because I don't remember anyone coming up here to attack. And during World War II, the Germans didn't really come this close. But they had 133 cannons. And the largest one was 315 pounds, and it went 4,000 yards. God, that's impressive. Very impressive. So here's downtown. We have McLeod's Restaurant since 1980. They're currently hiring. It says now hiring. It makes it sound like that they just opened. But it's interesting because even across the street right next to it is an assisted living facility. They're now hiring. Got a chiropractor right here, a little clothing shop, bookstore, some other exciting spots along the way. It's a small village. It's interesting being in these smaller towns. They definitely have different vibes than what I was used to when I was off in Europe. There's your old school community pharmacy. Looks like a playhouse or something right there. And then behind it is a couple churches, which we're not even going to try because I know better. I know at this point everything's closed. It's not like, yeah. Now this is something different. Let me show you this sign over here. It's pretty cool, actually. So, I like this. Look at this says. We have all creatures acupuncture. Holistic veterinarian therapies. Well, that's cool. Can they treat me as well? I mean, I'm one of God's creatures. Right? Cute little wine place right there. Closed for the season. We could have gotten ice cream. I like this. The Talkin' Shop. I'm sure this is where all the men come in the community. Some collector store. And then look at this. We have the Crumpet. I said I wasn't going to, but I'm going to walk down the street and see if we can get into a church. Might as well if we're here, right? We originally were supposed to do this in Belfast, but there was too many cars for me to feel comfortable to just kind of find a parking spot and go. But they're very similar. And you got all these old, like, look at this house. It's beautiful. You have these old, as I call them, the fishing houses. Why I call them fishing houses? Because I feel like they're so big, they must have only been run by the captains. Such a contrast this time of year to even just a month ago, where it's a Saturday right now, and even in this little nook, we're not that far away from all the touristy areas. It's pretty quiet. I like it. Ooh. This is a funeral home right here. For my Polish friends that are always looking at different styles of houses, I thought that you'd like this. Look at this. This obviously used to be a church. Clearly it's not anymore. And then right next to it, this looks more like a congregational style. Oh, I love this funeral home. It's beautiful. The Mitchell Tweedy Funeral Home. And we got the town of Bucksport. Their police station, fire department, all that stuff. See, it's boarded up. What a shame. What a shame. Told you it was locked. I didn't even know it. We were on Elm Street. Look. Well, that's kind of creepy, huh? You have the funeral home right on Elm Street? You're just... They did that on purpose. They did that for Freddie, didn't they? I'm like in debate mode which way to go. Oh, okay, well I can look at it from here. So I got I got two churches here in the background, right there And then over there, note the theme of the color is white. They should call it New England white. You know what I mean? Beautiful house right here, needs a little trimming on the bushes. I did catch a cemetery, so we'll walk over there and see if there's anything special. How ironic, though. You have Elm Street, where as a kid growing up, I learned you never go on Elm Street. And now, I mean, that's where they have a funeral home. I wonder if there's a boiler in there. For a second, I was going to say they don't have any other color paint here except for white. But then I noticed across the street there's a yellow house. But we have white. This is cute. If anyone wants to buy me this, I'll totally move in, like tomorrow. And then this house, we found a blue house. Look. Wow, now that looks really cool. Lovely. Now I'm noticing as I'm walking through town, and you notice it too, they also had this over in Belfast as well. They have all these signs that are posted giving you a little bit of the history of this area. There's your colonial. Beautiful. Another one right there. We are definitely, and there's the fort in the background. And my car, way down at the bottom of the hill. But look at this right here. So I think that's a school in back. And yeah, so do you see what I'm talking about right here? Look at this. So these little signs right here give you the history. So like right here, they said it's perched atop Oak Hill. So this must be Oak Hill. And this was the East Maine Conference Seminary, where they would attract students, and it was basically it was a school. There was a dorm and all this stuff, and it was yeah. And now it's an apartment area. And it looks like someone came through and mowed. Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Ah, God. No, I wasn't doing a joke there, religious joke. I was leaning in here, and these look like they just freshly spray painted them, but they kind of pricked me when I was leaning in. That wasn't intended. Good times. I like this town. It works. I actually, when I was driving the other direction towards McDonald's, that's really the only way I've been. I've never been down this area. These houses are so cute. And if you go to other like coastal communities, especially in New Hampshire, this is the style. So that's probably why I like it, because it reminds me of where I grew up. Well, you know what? I think that's it. I think we're going to hop in the car, see what other places I can find. So if we don't catch up again, thanks for watching, and until our next trip. Peace.